I'm sure we've all experienced a scam in some way, shape, or form, whether it's grandma talking to a scammer who doesn't even live in the US, or it's a phishing email or text. We've all seen them. There's no way to avoid them other than doing what you know you should be doing. Hey guys, Cody here again, and I wanted to bring up this topic of scams since I seem to see it on a daily basis. Without going into too much detail on my job, I do work in the financial field, and of course that means people have money and they want it protected, and there's people that want to take that money from them. I see people all day, every day coming to talk to me about their money and helping them. Now, recently I've been seeing an uptick in scams and people falling for them, or at least almost falling for them. With everything being so easy to access online, people are unfortunately able to get information with just a few clicks. Now, actually getting info that is going to ruin your life is a little bit more difficult, but some of these scammers will actually put in the work to learn about you via social media and set up a plan to improve the success rate of their scam. Being in the financial industry, we have a lot of safeguards in place to protect people's information, but I see it all too often where people will come in and be on the phone with someone, request an unusually high amount of money randomly, and more often than not, it's all of their money, and when we ask them about it, they get mad at us. How am I supposed to protect these people from scams if they're not willing to protect themselves? Now, kind of moving on from that, I did want to go over a couple of common scams. That way you can know what to look out for and hopefully learn a little bit how to avoid them. The first and most common one, and everyone sees them, there's no way to stop them, is phishing texts, calls, emails, whatever avenue they take to send those messages. Now, phishing, and no, I don't mean fishing on the lake with the boys. I mean phishing with a PH. These are often in the form of fake texts and emails, sometimes calls, but these scams are usually designed to get people to call or respond to the message so that the sender can get information such as passwords, usernames, socials, etc. These are pretty easy to avoid, and you just need to know what is fake and what is real. Phone providers thankfully have started putting in features to completely block these calls if it's recognized as a spam call or a scam call. Now, the next one I wanted to talk about is a little bit less uncommon. It's usually not something that happens straight away, and they're a little bit harder to sniff out. These are romance scams. Like I said, these are pretty uncommon, but these are designed to lure people in over a longer period of time. And they're also pretty uncommon with the younger demographic because a lot of us know better. But I have seen it before, and it happens. Now, this scam is a lot more common with the older demographic, like your grandparents, especially if you only have one grandparent that is still living. These scams are pretty messed up because they're designed, like I said, to lure people into a false sense of security, and oftentimes these scams are stretched out over a long period of time. But these are pretty successful just because this time frame on these builds trust with the person that's being scammed. And because they're so lonely, they think they have a young hottie that's actually interested in them. And because they're so lonely, they're willing to pay them money to keep in touch. A lot of times, once that money is gone, so is the person that they were talking to. And the person who just got scammed realizes a little too late and they are broke. It is going to sound a little mean, but really the only way to avoid the scam is to assess yourself. Is this hot girl with the face of a model and big boobs really contacting me? A lot of these girls are not going to be reaching out to you, sorry to say, unless you're rich and hung like a horse. You really do have to assess your value. Is it really true that the ideal girl in your mind would really reach out to you randomly on a Tuesday? Now, I'm going to go over one more, and these ones pop up everywhere, especially with social media and these creators. We see them everywhere, like I said. And these are crypto and investment scams. Now, I'm sure we've seen Logan Paul, all these crypto rug pulls. They're like, this shit's going to the moon, man. You gotta put in, get out when you can. And they'll try and say, oh, well, it wasn't my fault, and try and save their asses. Now, these are honestly on the people investing in these. If you're investing in these, I honestly think you're dumb, because crypto is not regulated. There's nothing stopping people from just doing whatever they want. Now, is there ways to make money in crypto? Yes. I'm not saying that all of these are bad. Look at Bitcoin. People have become unreasonably rich just off of one Bitcoin. And yeah, these people can get lucky, but because of that, there's always going to be people trying to take advantage of people wanting these promises of retirement at an early age, generational wealth. Now, if you're falling for these crypto scams from these YouTubers, these TikTokers, honestly, it is on you. You should know better. They're very unlikely to make you any money, and once you put the money in, it's basically gone after maybe a minute. Honestly, probably sooner than that. Now, there's also these investment scams, and crypto is an investment, but I think it's more of a separate thing from investment specifically, because being, like I said, in the financial world, I do work with investment specialists, and it's impossible to make ridiculous returns in such a short amount of time. These investments do take time and do need to grow. Now, there's things out there that will get you big returns, but even those do take a little bit to actually start making you the money that you want. Now, there's so many different types of scams. Like this week, I literally got a call that was somebody offering me a job, an executive role to be specific, with 6 figures and not even living in the same state. How many executives do you know that actually live elsewhere and don't actually go into work? Actually, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them. So I'm going to actually backtrack on that. But anyways, kind of going back to the old saying, if it's too good to be true, it is. And really, it's unfortunate that people are just taking advantage of these people that want help. They need help. We just have to protect ourselves and hopefully know better. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this one a little bit. I wanted to put a little bit more effort into the information I was presenting to you guys, just because I do see it a lot, and unfortunately I see it where people just, their lives are ruined from it, and it's sad. So I hope you guys take this information, protect yourselves, protect the people around you. There's bad people out there and it sucks, so just be careful. Anyways, I'll be streaming for a few hours today, just like always, so feel free to stop on by and come chat. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with my content. As always, thanks for watching.